move into Pause and Practice 10-2. What we're going to do in this project is we're going to merge our queries that we created from Project 1 and view what's called dependencies. And then we're also going to create some conditional columns, a column from examples and columns within the Power Query. Essentially what we're doing is we're going to try to merge these two sheets of data that came from different sources so we can pull information from. You'll notice that external connections have been disabled. That's because these were being pulled from another source. I'm going to enable that content. That way it allows refreshing and things down the road if need be. Okay, so what we're going to start with is we're going to start right here on this XML query and go to, and we're, because of the connections, we have these query tools. So we're going to go to query tools, and what we're going to do is merge these two different sheets, XML and our database query. Okay, so we click this, it's basically pulling our need. This is in our combined group, and we apply that XML sauce cells is the first one. That's where we pull XML query data from. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to match these up with two fields that are similar in our two different tables. So the one that's in both of these, one is under the product ID, and then down here we're going to choose from the small products, which was that database, and we're going to click the product ID for this particular one. Okay, and then we want to make sure that is left outer all from first matching second is what we want, and then we simply just click OK. And this creates, it goes back to this editor, but what it's doing is combining these two. It's drawing these two. Okay, so the things we do now then also is when we choose this, then we want to make sure that we're bringing the data in together into one big table, kind of like what we did before. It's pulling from table to this original table, and then we click OK. Now we're going to create a new query. What this is going to be called, and we're calling this merge ML and access, which is combining those two tables. We also drew a line between which one was similar information, which was that ID. Okay, so now it's all set up, and we're ready into our spreadsheets, which will combine those two tables while keeping that information that we need. And hopefully have this on. There we go. It's getting our data, and that's the combination of those two. And we're going to rename this sheet merge ML and access, and that is ready to go. Okay, so to view what we did with process is, if you remember in B125, if you had that course and we did access, we talked about relationships, and that's basically what we are doing. So over here on the right shows us our different created, right, that we've from outside data, and we got this merge XML. So we're going to come to this one, and we're going to choose edit. We're going to take a look close at this, and we're going to go to our view tab, and we're going to look at these dependencies, which is very similar to what we were talking about with relationships, where it was there and how tables formed one here. Change layout and go from left to right, like have it be that particular way. Okay, and we'll choose close. All right. What to do within this is we're going to go to our column to our general group, and we're going to do conditional column. We're going to add one to this. We're going to set this one up into whether we're going to archive something or not, or what archived. So we're going to put archived question mark, press in that, and we're going to start deciding which one is determined, or we're going to base it upon the date is right there, is before or equal to, and we're going to choose November 31st of 2018. And if it is before that time, we're going to say yes, it is archived. Otherwise, this new column will state no. So that's a conditional column that we've set up that's dependent upon data that's in our query already. And you can see there it is. Most of them is archived because it was before 2018. So let's say we don't want that where we have it. Make sure it's selected. We're going to go to our transform. We're going to move this, move it from the beginning, and then we're going to move it once to the right so it's in our second column. We're done with this particular query. We're going to load it. Back into our existing ML, and you can see that we have second column there as well. So another thing we can do to new topic is we can come over here and take an existing table spot products, and let's go ahead and edit one, which takes us into our Power Query edit. This time we're going to make this. Okay. So under our tab, under our query group, under Manage, we're going to choose Duplicate, which is a copy, of course. And you can see over here it's called Products 2. This one we're going to do a column by example and show how that's done. So this is essentially the query. We're just going to add a little bit to this one. And notice here we have this expanded. This is what they call the data pane. And if yours shows smaller or you don't even see it, okay, you just get your double arrow and you expand out everything. Okay, create a column. So we're going to go get us back to column, and this time we're going to do column by example. And I'm going to go ahead and just choose this first one right here, which creates a new column. Okay, and I'm going to type 101. Whoops. And apparel here for my other part, and then press happens. Guys, that I'm combining product ID and department here, creating a merged field based upon the data in the column. We had something similar to this in Excel when we did email addresses, and it pulled the data across automatically, which is a pretty cool deal. Okay, so now we're not done with this, so I want to be able to do. Okay, so this new column is in here. Let's see here. All right, and click OK to put this into my one here right now. Now I want to move it. So we're going to go to Transform, Move, and I'm going to put this one to the beginning. There it is. I'm also going to rename this particular field. All right. And we're going to call this code. Named it. And now since we have this code in for this particular query, we do not need the product ID or the department. Just simply select them holding my control key. Do this as well. Press my delete key on my keyboard. Find it. And I'm going to load that into my spreadsheet. This one will create a new name, and notice that's got that information. And then we're going to call this one column example. Example of adding a column and Access. We used to call this, combining of fields, and really strange name, and I can't think of it right now. But we would combine two into one, and that's essentially what we did there in Power Editor. Another thing we can do is we're going to come over here and we're going to go to Table Spot Products, and we're going to go ahead and edit this one. And again, I'm going to expand. I do need that one with this one over here. And what I'm going to do, right click on Table Swap Products, copy, and I'm going to right click down below and I'm going to choose Paste. And this is another way, kind of like duplicating, right? This one, though, we're going to do a custom column. That's what we're going to do. And to do this, we're going to do under our add column under general. We're going to custom and we're going to give this a new name. I'm going to call this new price. So we're going to do a calculated field. And what's this one? Well, we're going to take price. We click. Notice the brackets around the field name. Okay, and then we just simply click OK and create it for us. Price will be $10.35, which is 115% over price, or it's 15% is what that is. So we created a new one. We're good with that. We go home and we can load that one, and we'll call this one custom column. So really things, again, we're using this Power Editor to make the information to be, and then we are loading it into our spreadsheet. Again, the advantage is that all these are connections to existing data. So if they live, we would get new data each time that connection. Okay, so that's some work with our Power Editor. We've got one more section where we're going to take some of this data and then do something with it through some pivots. Okay, so I'll be looking for 10-3 here in a little